Welcome to the RCOMICS poll list for August 4th, 2021. I put out a poll list every Tuesday, so you guys can look for these books to pick up Wednesday. And then Saturday, I put out my top 3 of the week. First up this week is American Vampire, 1976, number 10, written by Scott Snyder, art and cover by Raphael Albuquerque. And this is the final installment of the American Vampire story as of right now. This has been a great mini-series. I would really suggest picking this one up and checking it out. If you haven't read any of American Vampire, go back and start from the beginning. It's a great story, and this has been a very fitting end if this is the end. I'm very excited to see how this one wraps up, and I can't say enough about Scott Snyder's writing on this and Raphael Albuquerque's art. I'm a big fan of this book. I think this should be on the top of everybody's list, so go out and check it out. Up next is Immortal Hulk, number 49, written by Al Ewing, art by Joe Bennett, and cover by Alex Ross. This is the penultimate issue of this great run in Immortal Hulk. I'm a big fan of it. I know some people had issues come like 25, and it did take a couple of weird turns. Started off strong, but I really enjoyed it the whole way through. This is right up to the end of this. This is going to end Al Ewing's run. Obviously, we know Donny Cates is coming on for the next round of Immortal Hulk, but I really want to see how these next 2 issues finish out the run. I'm very excited. I think this will go down as one of the better Hulk runs, and if you want to see how this turns out, I would suggest picking up the last 2 books, and then don't be afraid to go on back. There are plenty of collected issues and volumes out there for you to try to catch up and read. It's even on, most of it's on Marvel Unlimited right now. Really good Hulk series. I would suggest checking it out if you haven't already. Up next on the poll list is the RedRoom, written and drawn by Ed Piskor. This is going to be another standalone in this anthology series. This one's called the Antisocial Network, and this is dealing with a hacker that is trying to infiltrate the Red Rooms for the FBI. The first 2 issues were very good. I very much like this anthology series. If you like any of Ed's other work, I would suggest picking it up. I will tell you that some of the gore is not for the faint of heart, and it is adult content, but it is a very good series so far and very enjoyable if you're good with the gore and adult themes. The next book on the list is Suicide Squad, Get Joker number 1, written by Brian Azzarello, art by Alex Maleev and Matt Hollingsworth, cover by Alex Maleev. This looks like an excellent book. Some of you might remember Brian Azzarello's Joker from a few years back. I'm very interested to see how this one lines up. This could be a very interesting take on the Joker. We're going to see the Joker through the eyes of Amanda Waller, which is going to be a very different take than Batman. She's much more gray area, and I'd like to see how her Task Force X handles the Joker. This could be a really fun series. Brian Azzarello returning to a character he's very good with. I'm very interested to see how this one plays out. Swamp Thing number 4, written by Ron V, art and cover by Mike Perkins. This is a very good series. I'm very much enjoying this Swamp Thing. It's a little bit of a different take, but it is a lot of fun. It's a good read and a solid series. If you like the Alan Moore traditional Swamp Thing, this is a bit of a departure, but this is still a very good series. There's still a lot to enjoy from it. It's a lot of fun. If you're not picking up the Swamp Thing, I'd say give it a shot. You might really enjoy the story that Ron V's telling right here. Up next is Christopher Priest, Vampirella number 22, art by Ergin Gundes and cover art Lucio Perillo. This is a very entertaining series. This is Vampirella in therapy, and the therapist is in denial of what's happening to him. It's a very interesting take on it. Obviously, the therapist is somewhat of Priest in it, but it's been a really fun series so far. If you want a different kind of take on Vampirella, this is a really good take. It's been a very solid series, and its companion piece, Sacred Six, is a good read as well. I would suggest this book if you're looking for a fun satire of sorts. Vampirella has been a very good book, a very solid book by a very solid writer in Christopher Priest, one of my favorites, so that's why Vampirella makes the list quite a bit. And finally on the list, from the hometown publisher Ahoy Comics, Wrong Earth, Night and Day number 6, written by Tom Pryor, art by Juan Castillo, art and cover art by Jamal Igle. This is the final issue of the latest Wrong Earth miniseries. This is a lot of fun. This is a look at Christopher Nolan's Batman versus Adam West's Batman. This is a very interesting kind of flip it on its head satire. It's been a lot of fun to read these issues. Every season they come out with a new title for it. This latest one has been a lot of fun. They've had to work together through this series. Can't wait to see what the next season is going to be, but this is the final issue. If you want to go back and start off with Wrong Earth, which is the first series, season 1, the trade paperback's out. I really like what Ahoy Comics is doing. They're putting out a lot of good comics. This by far is my favorite series, the Wrong Earth series. I would say give it a shot if you like superheroes and you like a little fun poked at them here and there and a little bit of satire. This is a lot of fun, a very solid book, and worth every dime when you pick it up. Thank you very much for listening. This has been the poll list for August 4th, 2021. Stay tuned on the channel. I will have the top 3 of the week on Saturday. Thanks for listening. Like, share, and subscribe.